I'm on.
Whoa. Is it all gonna do that?
No, let's just do one.
Oh my god.
Too fast. A young child.
Great cash, homie.
Not that one though? Just ours?
Rock. Ready? No, let's just do one.
Awesome. Hooters.
Tell her.
The guy was a jerk.
Woo! Welcome everybody. We got some new hotness going on here on the Sportstronauts. Exploring the world of sports.
And the Universidad that it's in.
Simon.
I'll be bringing mine in cash. Mitch. Look at me, America. Look how strong is living.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
It was for the
Woo!
sit day.
That was for you guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining.
Thanks.
Hey, thanks.
Thanks
Hey,
a lot.
thanks,
Thank you very
Ian.
much.
I am Kevin.
And I'm Google Face.
That's Google Face John.
I'm Googler McGee back
Fatty,
in.
Fatty Nella over there.
Who, the Google Face?
And together we are the Sportstronauts, like we said. You can find us on Google. Hey, Google Face. You can find us on the Google Barge.
Google Earth, Google
And
Dogs,
you can
Google
find
Barge.
us.
Hey.
Yep. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter Spheres, Facebook, and of course the YouTube.
The YouTube.
Got our own fatty channel going on
All
the
right,
Hughes.
yeah, there's a deal there.
What are we good? Mm-hmm. Okay. You better get that back up top on the screen so I can see.
Up top.
Yeah, it's got to be up top.
Whoa! I'm not still.
How good is that?
That's
I'll turn
really
it on
good.
and off, and
I'm
you're gonna fuck
super
with it.
pumped.
Thanks, man.
I like that.
That's pretty key.
Great job. This is why you're the producer, engineer,
The
mastermind.
Google Facer.
And all I do is just flap my gums
But
in the,
it's-
in the mic.
You know, you're a gas bag. You are essentially a gas bag, as Dan Levitard likes to say.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate that.
Hey, thanks. But I love the gas bag.
Asshole.
I mean, the guy was a jerk.
We are now officially exploring.
We're in space.
Yeah, we are definitely
We
Sportstronauts.
we actually went to the year 6000. So if you want to keep up, that'd be
You need
great.
it, yeah.
Eric, for real. Eric, fucking for real, all right? Come on, fuckhead.
All right, that's enough.
That's a lot of Googling.
We're gonna be playing with that as the Epi 10 progresses. This is our 10th episode. It's a milestone, man. What do you think?
I think it's pretty awesome.
Technically, we've done like 15 or 16, but we had to
Well,
cut
but
some.
those are for other days. And
Well,
those are for
at any
bonus.
rate.
Caught the very end of it, the little.
A little bit of.
So we're on Epi 10, and we are gaining traction, man. People are listening. We got some followers.
We have people who are searching for us on Google, maybe.
Yes, and actually, I don't recognize some of the names, and that's awesome.
That's
so,
pretty cool.
Thanks for listening, guys.
I think
I'd
it's great.
shout you out, but I don't have the deal up top, so we're gonna get
Wow.
right into it instead.
Let's do it. What do we got?
Well, at any rate.
So tonight we started a little later than we wanted to
Okay.
because Abigail,
The young child.
because Abigail needed to throw up. Apparently, she was hawking stuff up all over the
Coughing
studio
loogies.
here.
Coughing really hard, and we were actually kind of worried. And
But then she came over.
Kevin,
Yep.
she gave the Kev the sign that I need to go outside and I need to eat grass.
Yep.
So that I may throw up.
And as I was out there allowing her to eat grass and do her thing, which presumably had been pissed on by about 30,000 other dogs in Hollywood.
And a lot of huge
And homeless people. They also piss in the same spot.
poopers.
There's not much grass around
A
here.
lot of poopers.
Well, at any rate.
So as she's eating the grass, I started thinking, like, why did dogs do this? Like, it's the first time I've ever I always just assumed that it was because it didn't agree with their stomach, and they knew that for some reason, and then
So it would make 'em throw up.
So it would make them throw up. But as I started to read, it's like one of life's great mysteries. Like, we really don't know, apparently, why dogs do it. There's a lot of theories, much like OJ, and we'll get into that later.
Oh my god!
How'd you like that?
How'd you
like that little tease for later?
That's tough. That's actually pretty tough.
Guys,
That's kind of unfair.
you know what? it's just gonna have to be what it is for right now.
Well, at any rate.
So apparently dogs, we don't really know why they do it. Dogs, why they eat the
dogs.
grass. But I'm guessing, that's my guess, is that she knows that it's something she needs to do when she throws up. I just think that that's something that she knows. I don't know where she learned it. Maybe it's instinctual. One of the theories
neural
is that
connection.
one of the theories is that it comes from pack mentality. When they're out hunting, they needed nutritional supplement until they got their meat.
Oh.
So they ate their pudding before they ate their meat sometimes.
But you can't.
Can't eat your pudding if you haven't had any meat.
You just can't.
Immanuel Kant.
Emmanuel
He was great.
Mujic.
Immanuel Kant was great. So was Nietzsche. He's great.
Ray Nitschke.
Ray Nietzsche.
Raymond.
Speaking of which, she's coming over here
There
asking
is a
us for
child
more.
sighting. We have a child sighting.
If you hear a dog throwing up in the background,
That's Google face.
fear
over there.
not. That's just
That's a young child.
The young child.
that's just the young child hawking up some grass.
Some Googles.
Anyway,
Well, at any rate.
so we had a fun couple days here of news in LA.
What's been happening, man? 'Cause
Well,
there's
it's
been
not.
a
It's
lot
not
of
LA.
deal.
It's national. It's a national
Yeah, but it's.
story.
I mean, there's some specific to LA.
Yeah, of course. Well, it all started with, and by the way, I'd like to go on record and say that I heard about this a couple days ago, and I don't know why the story just broke whenever it did, 2 nights ago or whatever it was,
Yeah.
Tuesday night, Tuesday on a
On a
Tuesday
Tuesday.
up top. Look, I'm sorry, guys, I have to talk to my dog real quick.
Abigail is begging
if you
for
have
attention.
to throw up, just if you're gonna spew
Spew into this.
spew in this, just throw up anywhere. The floors are tiled.
Yeah,
You're
it's,
good.
it's honestly, it's cute.
You're good. We can't go outside right now. We're doing a show.
We're in the
anyway.
middle.
Anyway, no one wants to hear me talk to my dog.
But it's Abigail.
So the news broke that D'Angelo Russell of the Los Angeles Lakers apparently recorded Swaggy P, Nick Young,
Nick Young, son?
which, P.S., you tell me where he gets Swaggy P out of Nick Young. Not only that, but a 31-year-old man going around, that's my age, that's our age.
Yeah.
I would never call myself Swaggy P. I mean, I would as a joke, and everyone would know, but this dude is serious about it. Like, this is his persona. He is Swaggy P.
I think there's a certain amount of character to him or aspect to him that says, I know I'm a joke and I'm just living it.
Hey, you know what? You know how much of a joke he is? He is the player in the Noobs right now with the single worst record of any active player.
I did hear that. I can see that because he played for the Wizards at the worst time for the Wizards.
Yep. Didn't he get drafted by the Wizards? Yeah. No, wrong one.
I'm more excited for a free chicken sandwich than a win. That's what it looked like.
That's my Wizards clip.
That's the Wiz Kids.
That's the Whiz Kids. But yeah, so apparently D Russ and him, they're boys. D Russ is 19 years old. Swagalicious P, who is engaged to Fergie. No, I'm just kidding. Iggy Azalea.
Iggy.
She's terrible. She's the worst thing that ever
Honestly,
happened.
man, I kind of like Iggy Azalea.
You would.
I would, but I kind of like. I like her.
Prove it.
I like her.
I can't name one song. Actually, I can. Didn't she do that Fancy song?
Fancy.
That's it. It's the only one I know.
There's a couple other ones she did with other artists and stuff.
I bet. I mean, she makes a lot. I mean, she's well known.
I think
so
her
I
new
assume
album
she's
just
got more
dropped,
than just
dog.
one.
I think she just had a new album drop, and it's like
I'm
number
sure
one.
it's. Oh my god, I'm sure it's brilliant.
It's wonderful.
Asshole.
I mean, the guy was a jerk.
That lady.
So yeah, apparently D'Angelo Russell recorded a video of Swaggy P talking about his sexual
Swizzle.
exploits, like his affairs and
His hook
whatnot.
up after the club.
Yeah, and
Right? Isn't that what happened?
yeah. Like I met her in the club. Like that girl was 19 and you were 30. Like that's the kind of stuff he was saying. And then he was like, "What about Amber Rose? You ever try that?" And he's like, "No,
my
that's
girl know her."
Yep, that's my girl's friend." So he really incriminated himself. But the whole thing, the conversation has become, he is now the ultimate traitor. He's broken, quote, bro code. He's broken. Definitely, I am in the camp of he absolutely broke his teammate code, like his locker room code. Like there's I wouldn't be surprised if it's a written rule. But I remembered because I grew up around locker rooms with my dad. and we'll get into that later.
Sacred.
It's a sacred space, man. There's a lot of crazy shit that goes on in a locker room. I mean, I'm surprised my dad took me into the situations that he took me into because it was pretty outlandish, like the kind of
pretty
stuff
cool, dude.
that they had
That's
going on in
pretty
there.
awesome.
Oh, I remember like porn taped to the wall and like all these like jokes from the time, like Jay Leno, like and like this one thing from the National Enquirer. I'll never forget it. It's like this fat Samoan baby, and it was just like this picture that was up because they had this dude named Waddy,
World's
and they
biggest
were
baby.
like, yeah, and they were like showing, they were like basically saying that was Waddy.
That's
No, he was like an Asian dude, like Hawaiian dude or whatever.
Hawaii.
Hawaii. He was the man though. He was fucking awesome.
I think it's Pacific Islander, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it's? Is that the official?
Tongan. Jonah Takalua.
Was that his name?
No, that was a character from TV.
That
TV
sounded pretty good. That's
TV
why I was
program.
like, that
Jonah
sounded like a
Takalua from Tonga.
Sounds like a real.
He's a ranger, mate. He's a ranger.
He's a bloody ringer, wasn't it?
Poofta.
Oh.
I'm gonna
The
get some
whoopty?
Aussies listening. I do have a few Aussies on tap
Let me
that
just
can
tell
listen
you
to
something.
this,
Do you
and
even
they'll
realize
agree.
that Baltimore happened to be a Australian enclave because of one human being whose name was Paul? His name was Chase Paul Hemus.
What?
Paul Hemus.
Paul Brohemus.
He literally went over to Australia for like some laxing when he was just laxing out,
Yeah.
and just made all these friends. And
When?
this was like, I mean, probably
70s?
10 years ago.
Oh, dude, my dad
15
had
years ago.
My dad had Aussie connections in the '90s. Like they were.
No, I know, but like it's funny because literally all
And my
these
brother
people-
lived over there for 6 months.
a ton of these people that he met over there where he was like, oh, you should just live over in Baltimore. And they're like, okay. And they all just moved to Baltimore. It was hilarious. And
Wow.
then like those people got friends to come over and they got friends.
I knew a guy who was Aussie and he sold weed in South Balmer.
What was his name?
I don't know. I don't remember. You knew him too.
Oh, Drente?
No, you can't be. No, you can't be calling people out like that.
No, that's not the person's name.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Well, at any rate,
I'm going to exercise my privilege, my Fifth Amendment privilege.
He says that's so fucking gay.
Dude.
Like that's so annoying. It's
Mark
so
Furman?
weird. Yes, Furman.
That's racist! That's racist!
Totally racist.
He's
That dude is
racist
a
as shit.
piece of shit. Piece of shit. Anyway, we're gonna get into that in just one memento. We got to finish up on the swagalicious.
But man, I mean, that,
All right, so look, it's been done.
Swaggin'.
I'm in the camp of D. Russ can't be trusted as a teammate. I mean, honestly, like that's pretty shitty. He claims he didn't release it himself and he doesn't know how it got out there. But let's be real. We all know that he's responsible for even filming it in the first place. It was like he didn't know, Nick Young didn't know he was being filmed. So at the end of the tape,
Entrapment.
yeah, exactly. At the end, Linda Tripp style. At the end of the at the end of the tape, he's just like, "Oh, thanks for telling my video that." And Nick Young's like, "What?" Like, so the kids, you know, they're calling him a snitch and they're calling him a rat.
dude, he's 19
Yeah,
years old.
he's just a
Like,
kid, man. I mean, he's
19
used to doing
years old.
weird, stupid shit with his friends. I'm sure.
Like that is something. Something definitely happened because I think he's definitely smart enough and savvy enough. To
Absolutely.
know.
I was just talking about that earlier today. I'm like, if
Like-
you have a smartphone and you use shit like social media, like Snapchat,
People
whatever,
can-
and you don't think, and you think your shit is secure, you're a moron.
It's bad.
You're dumb. You're just a dumb person. How do you not, like, I purposely don't post a lot of things and I wouldn't even dream of posting certain things because it's, you know, it's not good. I would never post a picture of like a check or like my social security number or any other dumb shit. You know what I mean? One time I remember posting a picture of my new Maryland flag credit card that I got, and I covered with my fingers. I covered up all the pertinent information, and someone's like, "Oh, I got your name and I got your date. I got like your expiration date or whatever. I can find." I'm like, "No, you can't. You can't. You can't find that shit."
No, they're not gonna find it.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Anyway, but even then, I was like, I was aware of the fact that, hey, this is like going even, you know what I mean? That went on the internet, but
Kevin, I need to show you something.
when?
You know what
I
happened?
mean, the guy was a jerk.
No, that was the wrong one.
So, here's what. Let me just tell you something that happened today. Okay,
Okay.
that's kind of related to all this bullwhipping. So at 11:27 today, I got a text from a number in Daytona Beach, Florida.
Okay, I'm interested. I get calls from Florida randomly.
Take one wild guess at what you think this might say.
Nigerian prince looking for money.
No, I mean,
It's a good guess, though, right?
not that. Well, it's so.
That's an email scam.
Yeah, that's always the do.
It's an
or you have
e-virus.
this
It's an
rich,
e-worm scam.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. They
On the internet.
so here's what it says. It says, "Hey mom, it's blank." To protect them, I don't know who this is, so I'm
Fuck
just
them.
saying.
Just say their name.
Okay.
Just
hey
say-
mom, it's Hank.
Okay.
I'm looking for my phone. That's why I'm out still.
What?
And I said, "How did you text then?" and then it wasn't like you have the wrong number. I'm like, "Well, how are you texting me if you don't have your phone?"
You're a bunch of fucking amateurs.
And then the next thing is and then right away says, when do we have to leave for the airport by?
Oh.
And then right away I respond with, "That was your responsibility."
Yeah. Dude, that's hilarious, by the way.
And then the next thing is, this person says, "I need to know, is the flight at 7?" And then my response was, "Henry, you need to learn to take care of yourself. This is your responsibility."
You're absolutely right. Dude, this kid could be 12. Seriously.
But dude, the weird thing
A
is,
young child.
So
They
then-
have phones now.
I know, but think about
They've
this.
had
dude.
phones since they were like in 3rd grade.
So then the next thing that happens is I get
Playing
a
with
text.
Pokemon and
I
Pong
get a text
chips.
from a number that's from Quebec. I get a text from a number from Quebec,
I'm sorry, it's Quebec?
Quebecois,
Let's see.
and it says, "When is the flight?"
Dude,
Do you know what my response was?
What?
9.
Up top,
The young child?
9.
There it is.
Yes.
9.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And
dude.
then guess what happened? And then
You said 9.
I wrote 9 because I'm
9.
It's so good. And then I get 2 calls while I'm giving this demo.
Oh
I get
my
2
God.
calls from Colorado.
Okay. What? Why is it coming
Yes.
from all... He's using a calling card, probably.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
No, but you can't text through a calling card.
So I was like, man, this guy called me twice. I'm gonna call this number. Like, I thought it was this guy, and he was trying to get his friends to like fuck with me or something. And then I called this number, and this guy from Colorado, and I'm like, he's like, hey, hello, and I'm like, hey, like, what's going on? Like, did you just call?
Yeah.
He's like, what? And he like did. And I was like,
Well,
gave me some bullshit.
weed is legal in Colorado, so...
Well, but here's the kicker.
Well, at any rate.
So money. That was on point. That was great. So he says, he goes, wait, what? And then I'm like, what is going on? He goes, oh, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, this kid just came up to me. This like younger guy came up to me and asked me if he could use my phone.
Oh my god.
And then he just ran away. I don't know who it was. And I was like, let me ask you a question. Where are you? He said, I'm in Daytona Beach, Florida, man.
Wow. So whoever that kid... I told you, man, it was a kid.
He said a young guy,
child?
I think is what he said. I think he said young guy.
The young child?
So I don't know what that meant because I have no idea.
It means
how
a
old
young
that dude
child.
was.
It was a child. It was like...
Young guy, that means like 16 to
Yeah.
25.
High
or,
school age.
You know, like, I don't know.
Yeah. Black male, 18 to 25.
That's racist.
That's racist!
Thanks.
So what happened? That was it?
So then I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. You know, I was wondering why all these random.
Yeah,
area
and
codes
this
were
dude, this
calling me.
person obviously thought that number is like his mom.
Yeah, but
or
how
whatever,
could
his
you
dad.
think that? Like, how is that even?
'Cause
the
you're-
case?
The young child? You're a young child.
Yeah, but like, how do you get a Baltimore number from? Like,
He's from Baltimore, probably.
no, he's from Daytona Beach.
Oh, that's where the number came from?
Yeah.
Well, how do you know? If he didn't have his phone, he was texting from another phone, presumably someone who lived in Daytona Beach.
Well,
because
this
you got it
person is in
confirmed.
Daytona Beach.
Right. You got confirmed that situation is Daytona Beach. What if the kid is vacationing with his family from Balmer, up top, and he literally lost his phone and he was looking for his parents because he had to fly home? What if this is a Home Alone situation?
Well, look, the other thing I'm thinking is maybe he
Had
was
to get
off,
up and go to cop.
Look,
Maybe
here's the
he
deal.
was off by 1 or 2 digits. You know,
Yeah, and
maybe
he was like trying
maybe
to do
was
it from memory.
473.
And since you responded, he thought it was his parents just fucking with him, or not? Maybe not even parents. Maybe like, did he say mom?
Yeah, he said mom.
Yeah. So okay.
He said,
All right.
"Hey, mom." I was like, but the thing is that I get all these weird calls all the time. So I always answer, and people will go,
I never answer.
Bernie, or some random name.
You
And I'm
feel
like,
the burn?
They're like, "Hey, Bernie, are you there?" I'm like, "Hello?" So the first million times I was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, like, sorry, you got the wrong number," and then eventually I just started going, basically just like fucking with them because
Yeah.
if you're calling me, I mean, come on, man.
Dude, that's how I used to feel. Remember when we had landlines and
Oh, yeah.
telemarketers would call?
Oh yeah.
I
Would you like to buy some
God.
aluminum siding?
Asshole.
I mean, the guy was a jerk.
I used to fuck with them so hard.
Do you
dude.
have aluminum siding?
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, it was
I
outrageous.
remember when I was living with my mom for a minute there, they would call and they would always ask for the homeowner, and I'd be like, yeah, that's me. And then like in the middle of talking, I'd be like, I would just be like, no, get out of here! No, no, no! Just like start yelling like off the phone and then come back to the phone and be like, hey, sorry about that. Anyway, what were you saying? And then like they would continue. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here! Don't you dare even I'm gonna fucking beat your ass later. Like, all right, yeah, I'm sorry about that. That was
That's so
and then after a
good.
while they would just be like, and then they would hang up. And then other times I would use an accent and mess with them. Like I used
you
an
have
Indian
to.
accent a lot. And then like, dude, I mess with them an awful. It was fun. I'm like, dude, if you're gonna call me at dinner time, that was always what my dad said. If you're gonna call me if you're gonna call us at dinner time, fuck you. Like,
Well, the best is the Seinfeld
They have no soul.
thing. The best is the Jerry Seinfeld thing.
who's Seinfeld?
Yeah, so they gets a call from a telemarketer and he goes, "Well, I don't. Can I give you a call back? Like, can I just call you back?" And the guy's like, no." And he's like,
Yeah.
"So wait a minute, you're calling me,
Yep.
and you don't even like."
Oh, I remember I said that to one of those guys.
And it's like. what
I
are
was
you-
like, I'll tell you what, you give me your number and I'll call you back at dinner time
Yeah,
tomorrow
exactly.
at your household.
exactly.
Give me your number and
And they
tell
go,
me
"Well, it
when
doesn't
you eat
work
dinner.
that way," and you're like, "Exactly."
I know it
You
doesn't work that way
fucking
because
A.
they got your number from somewhere. But before like the internet really got to where it is now, where do people like randomly get your numbers from? I guess from a list. Call list is what it used to be.
Yeah, they sell it's the same thing. I mean, it's like same thing as like email addresses.
It's
and
just easier to get now because it's all.
people's like Google searches and all that shit.
Hey Google Face.
Hey Google Face.
Hey there Google Face.
Hey Google Face.
Anyway, so back to where we started with the swagalicious. Just real quick, what's your thought on the whole deal? But specifically, like,
I think it's just he's. I mean, honestly, man, the dude's 19 years old. Like, he should know better. It's not doesn't excuse what he did, but
yeah.
I mean, come on, man, give the guy a break.
So where do you think what do you think the Lakers should do?
They shouldn't do anything. They should the two guys should just settle it if they come to. But what if Iggy Azalea says, "Screw you, Swaggy"?
She pretty much has already. She tweeted when it happened, like, "Oh, I see D'Angelo Russell's trending." She said, "Thanks, bro." So like, she's probably pissed. If I were her, I would do better than Nick Young, honestly.
Man,
But I'm not a
he
large-butted.
really seemed to really
Is she
like her.
Australian?
Yeah, she's.
I'm not a
Australian.
large-butted white Australian like quasi hip hop star who gets a lot of shit for being a fake. So I'm not
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
but if I was that, then I would probably do a little better than fucking Swaggy P.
Yeah, but Swaggy, nobody got the swag like Swaggy
He's
P,
terrible,
though.
dude.
He's hilarious, dude.
So
He
here's
really is.
I know he's got a great like social presence and all that. I get it, but basketball wise,
He's not.
he's terrible.
He can
And
light it up, but if he was really serious about
He's not
basketball,
serious about
he
it.
would be so good.
He looks
That's
like
the,
Melo
that's the
Trimble.
impression I get. Yeah, he kind of does.
Yeah.
The haircut.
Yep.
But I don't know if that's true or not. About his level of effort and if he's really serious, because maybe he is. I don't know.
Like if him and ODBJ, if him and Odell Beckham Jr. had a
I
child,
think it's OBJ.
the young child, then it would look like Melo Trimble.
Exactly.
Boom.
Like exactly like little.
Like
Trimble.
Iggy Azalea, actually.
Iggy Trimble.
Exactly.
What if there was an Iggy? What if it went to Iggy Trimble?
Who, Iggy Trimble?
We should start the
What if
hashtag Iggy Trimble.
What if Mello, Trimble, and Iggy got together?
Iggy Trimble?
So why not, man? She chose Nick Young over all the basketball players.
Yo, this Nick Young son.
How did she choose Nick Young?
I don't know. It's.
Anyway.
Who knows, man? You can't explain.
Well, at any rate.
I think
like
what they need to
somebody
do
or, you know.
is pretty much what Colin Cowherd kind of nailed it. So I don't really want to
What did he say?
Basically, what they need to do is they need to just understand that D'Angelo Russell's a child, basically,
The young child.
and that
Yes.
he'll
He was a
learn and
young
he'll get
man.
better, and that they put the future of their franchise on him by picking him. So they can't cast him out now. They can't. They kind of have to like stick by him, and they'll let go of Nick Young, no problem, because he sucks.
Yeah, but that sucks for him because he's from Los Angeles, man.
Who, Nick Young?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he needs to play better.
He went to USC.
Well, the Lakers in general are a mess. They're a mess of an organization, of a franchise right now. I mean, they are.
Well, but they're gonna have
they
a
are
good draft pick.
yeah.
They should. If it's top 3, it's protected. But if it's 4, they lose it. 4 or worse, they lose it.
Yeah. They are going to finish with the second worst record in the league.
Probably, yeah.
I think now
Actually,
they're
I'm
on
not
pace.
sure.
I think right now they're on pace for the second worst
The
record.
70s
And there's only
Lakers?
like 9 games left.
Is the worst the 70s?
Yeah, they're terrible. And the Lakers just won last night. Like
they beat?
in the middle of all this shit.
They're probably all fired up.
I think they beat
D'Angelo?
who did they play last night? They beat the Bucks maybe or somebody? I can't remember. Anyway,
Who, Giannis? Meanwhile,
So-
Giannis, the freak,
I also
he's
wanted
the
to
man.
who is that?
Adetokounmpo?
From the Bucks.
Yeah, from the Bucks.
Speaking of which, Dikembe Mutombo was in Belgium for that.
I know, isn't that
Attack.
crazy?
Yeah, we could have lost a great one
What
there.
a humanity! I mean, he's just.
I
a
remember
great
they had a poster of him at
humanitarian. Like,
Pinewood Elementary where I played basketball over top. What do you know
Shit.
about Pinewood?
My mom used to teach over there back
Well,
in the very early days.
She was in charge of putting that Dikembe Mutombo poster up top, and it was like an 8-foot poster because it was like life size.
so badass.
I just remember that poster my whole life. Dikembe Mutombo.
That's such a great picture.
But so the last thing that I wanted to tie in with the Swaggy P and D Russ situation is fucking Diamante Stone, Maryland, another
Yeah,
Maryland
what?
guy.
So so it was literally just a chick taking a video of or a picture of him as
Like-
he was leaving after hooking up.
Yeah, she like it,
She was like, "Get out of here,
Yep,
fool!"
yep. And then she was talking about hoping she gets pregnant because she wants an NBA check.
Oh my! Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah, the whole thing is just ridiculous. So what? Basically, to wrap it all up, we don't need to get all into that. We're gonna post all that stuff and everything.
That's pretty.
I think I may
messed
have.
up,
I think I
dude.
may have already. Either way, irregardless,
At any rate,
Well, at any rate.
we missed it a couple times. That's why I pressed it thrice. But
go ahead.
so yeah, the point is that these dudes need to they need to get their shit together, man, because they need to know that like this kind of stuff's going on. I know that they're kids, and I know that when you're in college, it's a different story.
Had to get up and go to college.
But but it's just they got to know better, man. Like they got to know that the shit's out there, right? If you're using Snapchat and if you're using social media and you think you can just do whatever the hell you want and be in the public eye at the same time, wrong.
You have
gotta
to
live
understand. It's
you gotta
now 24.
you gotta tighten up, baby boy.
I mean, even when I'm driving, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I bet you there's somebody who's either riding a bike or walking or has one in their car or somebody's just taking a picture. It's like,
Yeah.
you can catch some. There's going to be proof of you doing something or.
Dude, eventually it's going to be
proving
the kind
your
of thing
statement
where
or
like
whatever,
everything
verifying
that
what you're
goes
saying or
on at
whatever.
all times is going to be being
It's
recorded.
basically it all is because we have satellites, you know.
Well, and everyone's got a phone. Everyone's got a camera. I mean, like a high def video camera now.
It's outrageous. And all those really cute GoPros.
I love GoPros personally.
so
If I
awesome.
had one, I would put it on the hood, on the roof of my Toyota Corolla, and just drive the speed limit on the 5. That's what I would do with it. That's literally what I saw the other day. Why would someone go through the trouble to put a GoPro on their Corolla, like
Because-
mid 2000s Corolla?
You know why? Maybe they were conducting an experiment. And here's why. This is what I would do. One day I would have it capture me how I actually drive, which is very aggressive and like I'm clearly like
Yeah.
trying to get where I'm trying to go.
Yeah. Oh shit, that went fast.
Well, listen, it can always be moved. So
Yeah, move it. We're just gonna keep going.
I don't even have to say.
I mean, I like the music. It's a little good break. You know what I mean? Anybody?
Hey, Fat.
I'll be bringing mine in cash. Mint.
See? All right. Watch this.
No, let's just do one. I'm one. Up top.
Ned Needleland.
Well,
I mean, the guy was a
See?
jerk.
Wow. Wait, did you have the delay going?
Yeah, it's on it. I was clicking it on.
Do it for the whole thing. See what happens.
no, I'm one. Up top.
Ned Needleland.
See?
The Knuckles.